Hello, and
Hello. I just sliced my foot open.
right now?
So yeah, like right now, right before the show,
Oh, I thought you meant
I
like
was
literally.
walking down the stairs. I was trying to be careful because I had the baby,
Uh,
and I don't know how I got disgusting feet. They should be able to take anything, and they didn't take this, and so I'm kind of bleeding out as we're doing the show right now. So welcome to the show.
you sliced your foot on one of your toenails.
Yeah, I got the claws of death on my feet right now. So, my girl, my lady hates it. So she's like, "Stop cutting up the fucking sheets." I'm like, "I'm sorry. All right, I'm working on it."
Well, that's how you keep them on their side of the bed.
That's right.
And looking, your feet are looking like the old guy from Gremlins, the old like Asian dude's fingernails.
Fuck yeah, bro. It's fucking disgusting. Whatever. All right. Well, we're here now. Welcome to Grayzee World
Welcome to the last
podcast.
episode of Grayzee World.
Canceled. Let's get canceled. Yes, that's a new tagline. Welcome to Grayzee World. Let's get canceled.
It's like it's gonna end up on one of those like Orgish or one of those like sites from like the early internet where it's all like, hey, do you guys want to see a dead body?
Watch this shit. Oh yes. Hey, by
Yeah.
the way, if you like what you see and hear, like, subscribe, comment, and then if you don't like us, tell us to stop. So
Yeah, no,
there's that.
it's pay us to stop.
Pay us to stop. Yes, I like it. Even better. Pay us to stop and then we'll stop.
Yeah.
So
But until then,
we're gonna keep coming.
yeah.
Somebody's listening.
Yeah, if you
Shout
guys
out
want,
to our commenter.
oh
Thank you.
yeah. Jen go.
Go Jingo. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. If anyone wants to sponsor us, my shirt size is PS5.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, what's new in your world? What's going on? What are you consuming right now?
I'm bleeding out right now. So that other than that, I got nothing. I did do my homework and I did watch some wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow, you were not kidding about that, but we'll get into that a little later. Other than that, I'm up to 39 followers on Twitch.
Oh, true.
Woohoo! Moving. Kind of a big deal. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, so
Well, 39 is like 39 more than zero. So that's
that's
actually
right.
pretty
That's right.
good. That's
I'm
pretty
having
good.
fun with it. I joined a few Facebook pages that involve Twitch, and I hear like a lot of people like, "How do you do this? Like, I can't believe how do you get followed? How do you do this?" I'm just like, and I remember I'm like, in the end of the day, you're playing video games,
Mhm.
so stick to that. That's what I'm doing. I'm having fun playing video games. I just so happen to turn on the camera. And when you think of it that way, you're not worried about, oh man, I got to get this many followers, I got to get this many views. It's like, it'll happen. It happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm having fun with it. People to stop by and talk it up. It's fun. It's fun. So
Oh yeah. I mean, like I watched you, I mean, what, like twice this weekend.
yes, thank you
I
very much.
jumped on, yeah, I jumped on, I was like commenting and stuff like that.
It was awesome.
And
How did I do?
oh, you did great.
Yes,
And
thank
some
you.
of the people they were like excited. You're like, oh, I'm streaming right now, and they're like, you could like tell in their voice that they like postured up and like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
yeah, for real.
sat up
That's,
straight and like fix their hair and stuff. And it's like, oh, dude, like,
it's like give you a heads up. I mainly say that just to give them a heads up. Hey, don't say anything that's gonna get us canceled. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
that's
but
when
that's
you have
fun.
to get into your creative editing and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm having fun with that. Been dealing with the newborn a lot.
Mm. Yeah.
Wow, that's happening. Um, I mean, I'm almost 40 here, and I got a newborn. And in the first few months, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. He was sleeping through the night already, and now
Mhm.
he's 4 months, and he's like, no, I don't think I'm gonna sleep through the night anymore. Fuck you. And so that's where we're dealing with now. So I'm tired all the time. And
Yeah.
have a baby, they said. It'll be fun, they said. No. So, pull out games week.
Yeah, just when you thought you learned your lesson.
Yeah, keep
No.
coming back for more.
Actually, you know what? That was a whole lot of fun. Let me do it again.
Let me do it again. Oh, shit. That's right. It gets worse. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been dealing with that. Nothing much new. I have no new shows other than wrestling, which you kind of might start getting into just based off of what you recommended. Holy shit, sir!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna keep teasing you. Like I think at
Yes,
this point with
yes,
how hard you're teasing it, like we're
yeah,
probably not even gonna talk about it this
yeah. I think we should
episode.
just wait for next episode. What about you? What's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Well,
Yes.
I didn't watch Upload.
I quit. I'm done. Fuck this place. Why are we even doing this? Why are we here? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well the thing was like I had too many open shows
Yeah.
at the time where I was just like, oh dude, because I had a trip to the East Coast
Right.
recently, and then I was in Vegas and stuff like that. So
Kind of a big deal. Yes.
the queue kind of was like growing a little bit. So it was
Yes.
all like, well, shit, dude. Like some of the shows had already ended. So I was like, well, let me finish a couple shows. Let me get caught up on everything. That way I could work it into the rotation. Cause like homegirl watching Catfish like nonstop, like the because we used to watch Catfish like
I
pretty
used to
regularly.
watch that show.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, it was great. But when the quarantine happened, it was like, well, why do I even care? They're not even going to meet up with these people. Like,
Right. Right.
who the
Right.
fuck is going to answer and Zoom or whatever? And she plowed through 50
Oh
48 or
my
50
god! Aren't they like an
episodes
hour long?
within like a week.
Oh man!
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I
insane.
think they have meetings for
So
people like that. I don't know.
here I am getting like all wrapped up in it too, where it's all like, what? Like we were watching one last night where it was she was an Instagram finger quotes for people at home Instagram model who is also a rapper and goes by the name EBT Baby.
Oh my god!
And
America.
the chorus.
Yes.
Oh, I sent you the video, right?
Oh, I want to date her. Yes,
Yeah.
you sent me that video, and I'm just like my eyes. I can never unsee it.
Yeah. To quote her, right, as like her big like on her hit song, like the chorus, it's like EBT Baby, pussy like gravy, which
These people exist.
yeah. So it turns out she got catfish. She thought she was in love with some prank guy. And then it turns out it was actually her makeup artist who
No,
was trying
why?
to get back at her because supposedly she hooked up with a dude that he was trying to get with, and her roommate told him that. But then when they pulled the roommate into the Zoom, he was like, I never said that. And he's like, oh, y'all just out there trying to chase clout. So
What in
I
the
was
Jerry
totally,
Springer Mari shit is this?
oh yeah, I was wrapped up, wholly invested in that. But we're done with Catfish.
Mhm.
So that's off the list.
You were watching another show, right? You sent me a video that was very interesting, about some predators, correct?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think I talked about this on here too. But yeah,
Did you?
people versus Preds.
Did we talk about it online or offline? I don't remember.
I don't know, but we could talk about it again
Yes, that
because
shit is out of
that
control.
shit, like the amount of drama for me, it was all like okay, it started out with like maybe the Osbournes, and then like Blind Date and all these whatever,
Yes.
and then it kept getting up in the ante like 90 Day Fiance, and then Love
Hmm.
After Lockup. And then now there's People versus Preds. This is like taking it to like a whole nother level where this
Yes, it
dude
is.
he goes on dating sites. It's him and a bunch of other like vigilante people. They go and they pose as underage people on dating websites, and then when the predator is all like, oh hey, let's meet up and stuff, then
Hmm.
he shows up and he starts calling him out, and then he's like, you're being recorded, and
Yes, the
I'll
video you
call the
sent me.
cops.
I mean, you didn't give me a heads up or anything. You just sent me this video, said, "Hey, check this out." My first thoughts of it was like, "Holy shit, this is dangerous as fuck." These people are not law enforcement. They don't. They.
No.
I mean, they're not. I mean, they're regular people.
Yeah.
And the guy who he met up with is like he's supposed to be meeting up with this underage boy, and he calls him out right there. I'm like, and he's at his apartment complex,
Yeah.
and he's calling him out. And he lets this guy go inside his own apartment. I'm like, dude, this could be bad. My mentality is like, this dude's gonna pull out a gauge and blow some faces off
Yeah.
because he is like yelling his name. Oh, he likes little boys. He like. I'm like, oh my god.
All the neighbors and stuff
All the
like that.
neighbors know now. I mean, this. So the concept, I love it. It's just
Oh,
like
dude.
I'm waiting for the episode where it's like this goes wrong. You know what I
Well,
mean?
there was one we watched the other day where this guy he's oh, I'm calling my sister, but he called his brother-in-law,
Uh huh.
and the guy they're in like I think they're in like City Heights or something, and then the brother-in-law he's like, "What's up, dog? Where you from?" Like that, and he starts running towards them, and then he pepper sprays them, and then the guy takes off running, and then he goes back home, and then there's another like people streamer vigilante guy that comes out, and then the brother-in-law who got pepper sprayed came out with a knife, and
See,
then he was all like, nah,
God,
that wasn't me, and they're like, yeah, that wasn't him, and then the dude like throws a knife at him. It's
no
wild,
shit.
wild.
So let me ask: do you know? Do they contact the authorities on these
Yeah,
people,
there's
or
some
they?
of them where he does,
Hmm.
and then I guess like he forwards it, and like they took down like some dude who worked at Sony for like PlayStation or something like
No
that.
way.
They got like a sheriff. It's yeah, it's like a whole thing or whatever. But like
Wow.
realistically, it's like whoa, dude, like these people are getting put on blast, and like
Yes.
the messages and everything else is on there.
Yes.
A lot of these
Yep.
people
Yep. Yep.
admit that they're bad people, and then they post their names and stuff. Like it's pretty wild. It's
Yes.
pretty wild.
I know
It's
that
pretty
video to me. I
entertaining.
was like, my jaw was. I was like,
So
wow, dude,
yeah, it's like we're
this
driving
escalated
around,
quickly.
and it's like yeah, if we ever saw some dude streaming like that, and the other guy walking away all quickly, is like I start honking, get him, Pete, get
Get him.
him.
Good
So
shit,
yeah,
man.
we watched that, and then we finished up Pam and Tommy, which
Pam and
was like
Tommy.
awesome. I got two thumbs up. If I
Two
had
thumb.
a third thumb, I would
Yes.
ring out a
Yes.
third thumb.
So let me ask you: did they show the sex tape? I mean, because I thoroughly invested in that in that tape when they first came out, just for research purposes or nothing,
Yeah, well,
whatever.
that was like a whole nostalgia blast
Oh
because, like,
yes.
I remember, in our younger days and like
Hmm.
the onset of like LimeWire and Napster and stuff like
That's
that.
right. Oh my God,
Um,
they're dating us right now, bro.
yeah, yeah. So it's like when them talking about that, it's like, whoa, dude. Like, yeah, I remember being early on in the internet with all of that stuff,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's pretty wild.
Good times.
Overall, it was a pretty crazy story. It was pretty cool. They did a really good job
Hmm.
of telling it in a way that kept you pretty interested,
Okay. All right. I may
right?
check that out actually.
Oh yeah, highly recommend. Definitely not appropriate for the kiddos.
Watch it with the fam. Got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the newborn, he's still pretty. He doesn't really know what's going
Ruin
on.
him at the beginning.
Yeah, he's probably just gonna like eat and take a shit in his pants and then go to
You
sleep.
know, oh, that you know what that does remind me. There was a
What was I talking about you or the baby?
I did. I don't know if I should even say this, but fuck it. So there's a show. You ever heard of Big Mouth on Netflix?
I love Big Mouth.
So they have a new show called HR.
Oh, really?
Have you looked into that?
Okay.
So it's a spinoff of Big Mouth, pretty
Uh-huh.
much. And I'm watching it, and my son, my kid is sitting here, 4 months old, and he's fully engaged. I'm like, I thought he was asleep, and he woke up and is just like fully engaged into television. I was like, oh God, he's ruined. He needs therapy already. Oh, I was such a bad parent. So yeah, I probably already broke him.
I,
So hit the reset button and start over.
I can do impersonation of someone from Big Mouth.
Oh, let me hear it.
Maury, the hormone monster.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, it's not Maury. What's the old one?
Oh, I
The
don't
one
know.
that's all messed up with one eye.
Oh shit, I don't know their names.
You're the monster.
That sounds just like that's accurate as fuck.
That's my favorite character
That's
because he's
accurate as
all,
fuck.
oh, you're the monster. He's all
Yeah.
messed up all the
I
time with like
think you
one
need to
leg
go
and
into
one
some
eye.
voice acting there, Chris.
No, it's just like
I,
one
I've
person.
seen you do a few voice impersonations. You're pretty good, so I'm just gonna shout out to Chris. Hire him for voice acting. Let's put you
If
out
you
there,
want
brother.
like some nasally, whiny, sounds like I'm about to cry every time I open my mouth.
I think you're underselling yourself. All right.
Yeah, so yeah, Pam and Tommy. Oh, we usually watch RuPaul's Drag Race every week too.
Really,
So
not
we just
into it.
got caught up on that. Yeah. Well, it's pageantry and the costumes and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
But the queens on like shows like that,
Hmm.
so mean. They are so mean.
I believe it.
Like because for the most part, it's like some dudes that are pretty good at roasting each other, right?
Right.
And I mean, they have all different types of people on there. Like recently they had their first assigned male at birth heterosexual male who was competing as a drag queen on the season. They had that
All
recently.
right. I'm trying to follow that. Okay,
So
got it.
it was a straight dude who is
Yes.
married, but
Yes.
who likes to compete as a drag queen. That was the
All
first
right.
time they had that on the show. They've had trans people within the last few years and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And yeah, the show's pretty awesome. But when they fucking roast each other,
They be getting in,
brutal,
yeah.
brutal. Like the kind of like you just pack your shit up and go home type fucking
Oh
like
man, this be hurting
they
deep,
they
huh?
have they have their own like player haters ball. They call it the library.
Hate,
Yeah.
hate, 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 hate.
Yeah, dude, it literally is that because it's like the library is open for reading. So they read each other, but they're just like roasting each other.
I kind of want to
So
watch that. I think I'm gonna YouTube it.
oh dude, one of the most brutal put downs I ever saw, like or heard on the show was all like one of them was complaining, it's like if they didn't want me here, why did they invite me? And then one of the other ones was like, someone has to go home first.
Damn, that's great. I love it.
Oh yeah, dude. Like so we watch that every week just for like yeah, it's fun, but like they fucking roast each other hard.
All
Like,
right.
I'll send you one. Bianca Del Rio.
Mm-hmm.
She's like the Jeffrey Ross of drag queens. Like
Oh, I
she
love Jeff
fucking
Ross.
dude, she roasts people bad, dude. Like
Send me
I'm gonna call you Bath Mat. It's like why?
bath mat.
Yeah. It's like why? It's
That's it.
because you're moist and you smell like feet.
Oh shit. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So this is what you do. You send me a link that's about, I don't know, if you could find one of them roasting
Yeah.
each other for about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I'll do a live reaction of me, recording me,
Okay.
because I tried to do that today with the wrestling, and that didn't work out because it became a blank screen because of copyright. So
Oh yeah.
there's
Yeah.
that.
But
I definitely want to do a reaction video on our channel now, and I figured out how to do it after a month. Finally got the software down, and just figured out how to do my mic, Jin. Just figured out I was using it backwards, so that's why I sound better now. What
back
a loser!
upside down
Upside down
and
backwards.
wait, what movie is this? And inverted.
Inverted Top Gun.
Yes.
When is that movie coming out? The new one.
Memorial
Man,
Day
everything got screwed because of COVID.
Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, is that a
Yeah.
day one? I think it's going to be a day one for me.
Well, it's the same weekend as Bob's Burgers.
So day two.
So I'm thinking, well, it's also the same weekend as AEW Double or Nothing 2022.
Row.
So,
So
yeah,
that
so
one's first.
I think it's going to be like one of the best weekends ever.
It's kind of sounds like a big ass orgasm weekend of
Yeah.
entertainment.
So that's a good transition right there.
It is. It is.
Yeah. So we'll
You
see
see
you
what we did
next
there?
week. We'll see you next week when we talk about AEW.
Bye. Here the
No, just kidding.
baby. Sounds like the diaper's full.
Just kidding. So what did you think? What were your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. I remember when I was doing the reaction video. I at one point I forgot the video was even playing. That's how invested I was into this match. Um, at the beginning, I'm like, first I don't even know who these people are. Keep in mind, I
Yeah.
haven't watched wrestling.
Cold, right? I mean, like
Yeah,
where did it start for you? Like during the entrances?
yeah. It started at the entrances with some guys are singing for
Mhm.
the Lucha Brothers, and I'm thinking the guys that are singing are the Lucha Brothers. That's how fucking I oblivious to this shit, right?
Mhm.
Then I'm like, oh, okay. These guys come out in masks and fucking costumes. Like those are Lucha. Keep in mind, brothers on their fucking shirt. Like, yeah, those are the guys I'm supposed to be watching. And so the other guys come out, the fucking young bucks, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know who I'm supposed to be rooting for or anything like
Mhm.
that. So I'm like, okay, I'll just watch the match. And it started off, pretty mediocre match. I'm like, okay. it's entertaining, and then they're very athletic, and they're doing some crazy flips and takedowns and shit. I'm like, this is pretty good, and I was entertained. All right,
Mhm.
um, and then shit just got real, like real fucked up.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
okay, so one of these young bucks takes out a fucking shoe for some
not
nerd threw a bag in the ring.
not just
Whoever that nerd is.
not just any shoe.
Not just any shoe, people. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. These motherfucking shoe has shitload of tack on the bottom of it with the needles pointing out. And I already know this is about to be a bloodbath. All right. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh fuck. And they're fucking them up pretty bad. I mean, blood everywhere. They're doing shit. I'm like, what? What? At one point, the shoe got stuck to the dude's forehead, and
Yeah.
this is blood gushing out. I'm like, and now I realize who I'm supposed to be rooting for because fuck those guys. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm watching. I'm like, dude, this is fucking intense. And then it's just the acrobatics in it, and then you know the up and down. Like once the shoe came out, they fucking knocked him around a little bit, and then I was like, that's the match. And then 1, 2, and then boom, got out of him. I'm like, oh shit. And if you watch, which hopefully we can find a way to post it somehow.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually like jumping out of my seat, like, oh shit, you know. So then the other guy and the Lucha Brothers get pinned, and then they fucking get out of it. I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking intense. And then at one point, I'm like, I know somebody has got to go up to the top of that fucking cage. And it's right when I said it, this fucking Lucha Brothers are looking up, and he starts climbing up. I'm like, bro, this is fucking crazy. And they do a flip, and then at the end, Lucha Brothers win. Spoiler, sorry. And I was genuinely excited and happy for these guys. I'd never even seen them before. I was fully invested into that match, so that was very awesome. Very great recommendation,
Oh yeah, dude. And then when he's like calling his daughters over and stuff.
dude. It was amazing. It was like I didn't even, like I said, I haven't watched. I didn't even know AEW existed until you told me about it. I was back in the days of WWE, WWF, you know.
Hmm.
So I was fully invested into people I've never even seen before. I was like, this is fucking amazing. So good on you for that
So
one.
let me give you like a little history in like a nutshell type thing, right?
Okay, go.
So what AEW did was like WWE, right? It has this whole long history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sports entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the slap heard around the world, have you ever seen that video?
Sounds familiar.
I can't think of the wrestler's name off the top of my head. Of course, it's escaping me. Actually, it's probably gonna bother me. I'll just slap heard. It's like Doctor something.
I'm gonna
David
bing it. I'm gonna bing it right
David
now.
David Schultz and the slap heard around the world, right?
You
So
okay?
this dude David Schultz, he's getting interviewed, right, about wrestling, and wrestling is dated back to like the Carney days, right?
Yes.
Like carnivals and shit like that. So back then they used to call it like kayfabe, where it's like, hey, you got to be in character like all the time. Outside of character, we don't let outsiders know what we do and stuff like that, right?
Right, right, right.
So this dude's calling out David Schultz, and he fucking straight up whomps him like hard
Mm-hmm.
on camera and shit like that. He's like, "Oh, it's fake. Is this fake?" He fucking whomps him, dude. Like slaps the shit out of him, and he gets
Yeah.
up, and he whomps him again and shit, right? So it's like up until around then, it was like very, very real. I mean, like back
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s and stuff like that, it's like the bad guys, you fucking hate those bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
People hated them, like they weren't even allowed to travel together, right? The bad guys got to go to bad guys, good guys got to go to good guys and stuff, right? So WWE in a lot of aspects has kept that mentality over the years, they've kind of, I wouldn't want to say like controlled or marginalized, but they really kind of control a lot of aspects of these wrestlers' lives where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, they would try and do stuff like Twitch. And
Right.
it's like, oh no, it has to be approved through us, it has to be our channel. Because they want to
Yes.
monetize every aspect
Yeah,
of
they want to monetize it. Yeah.
it. They really want to minimize that person's real name being out there and everything that everyone knows about them. Right. So that was one end of the wrestling spectrum. On the other end, you had all these independent dudes who were doing all this like wild stuff, and they really adopted stuff like Twitch, YouTube, right? creating these online personas, kind of breaking the kayfabe, like kind of bringing people in behind the curtain about what's going on, right?
Right.
So all these dudes who had gotten let go from WWE or didn't want to be there and things like that, you know, really into the independent thing, Japan, all of that, they banded together with Tony Khan, who is from the Jacksonville Jaguar Cons, right? They
Okay.
bankrolled this new, you know, wrestling promotion, AEW. They launched, and their first event was Double or Nothing back in 2019, I believe. Yeah, it was a few years ago.
Hmm.
And that completely won me over. I was at a point where I was kind of not completely done with wrestling, but I was like, dude, I'm not enjoying this like I used to and stuff like
Right.
that. I watched that pay per view
Yes. That's a
head
hell
to
of a
head.
record.
I was
Where do
just,
you go from there, Chris? I mean,
dude,
how do you win
yeah.
me over? Like every match has to be like that now. You know what I
Well,
mean?
dude, they have matches like that, quality matches on a
Yeah.
regular weekly basis.
That's awesome.
It's not like oh, we just save it for the pay per view. Like that
Right.
first pay per view won me over. I was like, this is the truth. I'm a fucking believer.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. Every Wednesday, I watched a new episode of Dynamite. Usually, one of my friends comes over, me, my
Mhm.
friend, the wife. We sit down, we watch every single episode every fucking week. I keep up with that. I watch all the pay per views, even my garage. Like black, white, and gold have become like my new colors. I have my garage epoxy on the floor is black, white, and gold. I have
Damn.
black, white, and gold painted in my garage, and I have the flag.
That's awesome, dude.
All
You're a
about
very
it.
interesting guy.
Super into it, completely love it. And every episode that I watch, I see something that I've never seen before, like a move that I've never seen before. Like one of
Yeah,
the
I saw
guys
some moves in there. I'm like, dude, like, there, there was one point they did some kind of fucking suplex. I don't even know. I can't even describe it. But my immediate reaction is that motherfucker's dead. He is not getting up out of that.
is
Like,
and
how did he survive that?
is probably a Canadian destroyer. The one where
Something.
it was like one of the Lucha Bros like flips over the dude,
Yeah.
grabs him, and then the two of them flip onto the second guy's head, and then
Yes.
they drop him.
It was out of control. I was like, bro, I've never seen anything like that. And so that's some real shit right there.
Yeah, dude. And Ray Phoenix, the brother who wasn't wearing a shirt,
Hmm.
that dude, like gravity does not exist for that guy. The way that that guy jumps around and flips
Yep.
around and spins and does all kinds of shit,
Dude,
insanity,
it's insanity.
insanity. So yeah, like they have amazing matches. They've had some pretty wild ones. Like they had one during COVID where they had like five of the good guys versus five of the bad guys. It was called a stadium stampede, and they took over. It was a theatrical match, so it's not like it was like a live match.
Right,
It
right.
was like a pre-recorded where they did it kind of like a movie,
Yeah.
but they fought all across the entire Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium.
No
And
shit.
at one point, this guy who's like a fucking cowboy was chasing this other dude on a horse.
I kind of want to watch that now. I kind of want to watch
like
that now.
one of the young bucks, like he does this thing where he'll like fucking suplex people and just keep going, right?
Yes.
So he suplexed one guy across the entirety of the entire field.
No.
Just
Jeez.
like
Like,
he just kept
you
suplexing
gotta
them like
just
over and over
appreciate
again.
how fucking in
Yeah.
shape these guys are to be able to do shit like that.
Oh yeah, it's you like Jericho was in it, Chris Jericho,
Oh,
and then
really?
like Matt. Remember Matt Hardy, the Hardy
Yes, I
Boys with
do.
Lita?
Yes. Yeah, speaking
Matt
of
Hardy
Lita,
was in it, and
what's up with my boo Lita?
she's not there. She's still with WWE.
Oh,
But
it's okay.
yeah, these two guys, Santana and Ortiz, these two Puerto Rican dudes, they had Matt Hardy, and they were trying to drown him in the pool. And every time they put him in the water and pulled him out, he was like a different character. He's had all these characters over the years. It's odd. They do cool shit like that. They do all these cool cross promotions, and
Hmm.
you know they take their women's belts real seriously.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
they
awesome.
had like a 5-star match where it was like rated by like the top wrestling dude is like 5-star. It was a woman's lights out, no disqualification, unsanctioned match.
You know, no disqualification. They take that shit seriously because at the at one point the dude gets kicked in the nuts when in the match. I was like, how is that legal? Like none of that. I mean, they didn't give a fuck. But when they say nothing fucking like they mean that shit. No disqualification.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Exploding barbed wire death match.
How, Sway? How? How, Sway? How?
Yeah. So AEW, you're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Jeez. See, that's just something else. The wife's gonna be like, dude, we gotta watch this shit now. Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They have I think they're up to 3 YouTube shows, 2 television shows. They have quarterly pay-per-views, and then they
Mm-hmm.
just bought another wrestling company. And one of the things that AEW does that like the other wrestling companies don't do
Mm-hmm.
is like they bring these guys in and it's like they might be under contract or it might just be like a single match or a couple matches and stuff like that. But they can come and go typically like as they please. So in
Nice.
WWE, it's like when you're in,
You're
you're
locked in.
you sold your soul, you're in. And then even when you want to leave, you have a
Mm-hmm.
no compete where it's like, oh, I can't wrestle for 3 months, 6 months under any name or anything
Yeah.
like that, right? Here, people are coming and going. Like pre-COVID, it was like, oh yeah, somebody was on Dynamite and then they popped into like some local wrestling thing in LA and then they popped up in
Okay.
like Philadelphia and
Mm.
then guys were coming in just to wrestle like a single day and stuff like that.
That's cool.
It
That's
was
cool.
awesome. People are
That
coming
way
and
the
going.
wrestler can make his, the money he wants with the schedule he wants and shit like
Yeah.
that, or she. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And like they're pretty progressive too, right? Like
Great.
there's all kinds like at one point they took some heat because one of the girls one of the women that was wrestling there was all like, oh, I don't see enough black people like me
Mm-hmm.
in like the upper tiers and stuff like that. I don't believe that. Like, well, I don't think we have enough black champs and whatever.
Right.
She bounced, but I mean, they it's a pretty diverse group of people, not just races but also like genders, what people are into and stuff. Their first women's champion, Nyla Rose,
Mm-hmm.
was a First Nation trans person. Their
Nyla
first
Rose.
women's their first women's champion.
I'm gonna bing her right now.
Yeah. So I
Nyla
mean, like
Rose.
it's pretty fucking progressive. You know what I mean? Like they put stuff out there, and everyone.
1982. I was born in 1982.
And what are the last four of your social?
And so she's
Just
she's trans.
yeah, yeah.
She's
The first
is she
she's a
she's
First
a champion.
Nation trans person was their first women's champion.
Nice. And AEW did this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
They do
Yeah.
cross promotions. They go behind the forbidden door
Mm-hmm.
where it's like they teamed up with like New Japan or whatever, right? They
Yeah, I'm
teamed
looking
up
at
with
pics of Nyla, man. Looks like she'll fuck me up, bro. Oh my
dude.
god.
She'd pick people up and just like slam them around, dude. It's pretty wild.
Bro, I'm scared.
But yeah, like they have people from like all over. At one point, they had like a Chinese wrestling promotion that they were working with. They were working with
Mhm.
all these different companies, and just kind of like maybe if all of us team up together, we can kind of break up the monopoly that WWE has.
Right.
It's
Right.
pretty awesome, dude. Like I'm really into it. It's really fired up my
They definitely got some talent, I'll tell you that much.
dude. It's the amount of talent, and that's one of the things that people actually complain about, where it's like they have so many wrestlers and so
Hmm.
many good wrestlers that are coming in there. It's like, how's everyone gonna fit their shit in?
Yes, yes.
It's pretty wild, but I'm really enjoying it, and it's one of those things where it's like, regardless if this doesn't work out at the end, right?
Yeah.
This has been like a renaissance in wrestling for me where I'm
Good.
just completely invested, completely in. Like we had tickets for the second Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
It was May 2020, Memorial Day weekend 2020. So we bought the tickets, super excited.
And then boom.
COVID,
Denied.
right? So then they said we will give you your money back, or you can hold your tickets for next year because it's in Las
Smart
Vegas,
move.
right? I was like, I believe in AEW. I'm gonna hold my tickets for next year. Well,
Hmm.
next year came around.
And
COVID
then
was
boom.
still here, honey,
But guess what?
honey.
But guess what? 2022 is here, baby.
Yeah, well, they gave us no choice. They refunded our tickets in 2021.
Ah,
So I
okay.
got in on the pre-sale.
Uh-huh.
I'll be there. Double or Nothing 2022. Your boy's gonna be there. The only thing though is that originally I wanted to go for like a whole takeover like weekend where it's like I wanted to go to all the shows,
Yeah.
but it starts on a Wednesday. and then the pay-per-view's on a Sunday. So I was like, dude, there's no way. Like,
Yeah, you gotta
go
make it
to
happen.
Vegas. Well, I couldn't go to Vegas for like a whole week, but I'm gonna go out for the weekend for
Okay.
that. And then it's like, okay, it's on. Try and go to some of the fan events, meet some people, get some autographs.
And so that's coming up then, right?
Yeah, Memorial Day
So
2022.
so you have to take some footage and bring it
Oh
with you,
yeah.
and then next year I'll be going with you, hopefully.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes.
So you look for me on the pay-per-view. I'm the fat Hispanic guy covered in tattoos. You'll see, see if you see me in the crowd.
Not fat, but yeah, all right.
So, yeah,
Got you, brother.
I'm the only one that looks like that there.
I'll be I'll be looking for you, bro. I'll be like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like right there. There he is.
Oh, I'm even wearing a yellow shirt.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
dude. So yeah, it's on. And AEW is the shit all about it.
It is. It is. It's good. So you definitely thank you for that recommendation. I really appreciate it. I will be watching more. You got any other recommendations that I can do for next week's
Yeah, yeah.
that I can
Well,
actually do a reaction to? That so we can upload it to YouTube.
okay. So I was thinking, right, because it's like not only were we still on the Batman hype train,
Yes,
but we got a pretty huge comic book movie coming out next week, right? Morbius,
Morbius. That's right.
the vampire.
That's
And
right.
then also too, WonderCon up in Anaheim is April 2nd or April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Oof.
Yeah, it's comic convention, right? So kind of thinking like Batman, we got Morbius coming up, there's a comic convention coming up. I was going to recommend an episode of Batman the Animated Series from the 90s for you
Oh
to check
yeah.
out. It might not get the pop like wrestling
I
did.
think I've watched it before though.
Well, it's specifically one episode.
Okay.
So maybe
Now we're
even like
talking.
revisit it as an adult and check it
Yes.
out, see what you think.
Let's go. Which episode?
So it is season 1, episode 4, Heart of Ice.
Heart of Ice.
Yeah. You got the HBO Max?
I do. I do have it.
Yeah, so it's going to be on there, right? Because I was
Okay.
thinking like, okay, how can we, kind of incorporate some of these upcoming things, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. We were talking about Batman the Animated Series a while back. It's like maybe we can revisit that and see as an adult who's lived a bit, right?
Yep.
What you got to think of this episode, right?
Okay.
Because
All
like
right. I'm
not
down.
only did this TV episode win a daytime Emmy
Mm-hmm.
for the episode, right? Because
Yep.
superb writing, superb voice acting, and stuff like that. But it actually did shape a lot of the characters and how they were portrayed, like going forward after that. Like this had a big
Right.
influence on
Right.
comic books. It had a big influence on the movies that came after that, even up until the video games. Because Heart of Ice. If you had to guess which villains in it, who do you think's gonna
Yes.
be in it?
Oh, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. So
Chill. Is that
that
Arnold, Mr. Freeze?
no, it's actually a much more subdued, dialed back
Mhm.
Mr. Freeze, right? But it's
Yeah.
like they retcon the character in a bunch of different ways
Okay.
because like this episode was so good. Like this
Okay.
is one of the things where like adults were like, wow, this is a kid's cartoon.
All right. All right. I'm interested. I just hope I can get a reaction out of this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it regardless for our show, but I watched it and I recorded myself watching it, and I'm telling you, it's some good footage on there. But we can't use it because it's all copyrighted.
Well, you know
But
what?
we'll figure it out.
Maybe we can like chop up different parts of it and then you can use it on your Twitch. Like
Nice. Those would be my emotes. I like it.
no.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely a change of pace, right? But I don't want to
Okay.
be just like completely one note with my recommendations where I'm
Oh,
always
I
recommending
love your
the same
recommendations.
things because like I had to throw something pretty wild at you and then dial it
You
down a
did.
little bit. And
You
then the
did.
next
You
thing I'm
definitely
going to
did.
throw at you is going to be completely batshit crazy off the walls. I
I'm
already
just
know
so
what's coming
excited.
up next.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. But these 90s cartoons, I mean, they're pretty heavy. I mean, did you watch like Batman the animated series or like
I
X-Men?
did. I did. And but it was not. as memorable. Oddly, I wasn't into Batman as much as far as the animated series goes. When I was a kid, it was always live action, live action. I was
Mhm.
definitely into the animated series of Spider Man.
Oh yeah,
I've
that was
always been a Spider Man
excellent.
fan, except for the 1970s version of the live action Spider Man. It was, that was a little rough, but um,
Well, the
yeah,
90s, you had that whole trifecta because you had Batman, you
hmm
had Spider-Man, and you had
yes,
X-Men.
yes, I
And
was
all
definitely all about X Men. I was definitely all about Spider Man. So Batman, I will watch every now and then. It was not like when I get home from school, I gotta put that shit on. That was more. That was more X Men. That was more Spider Man. That was more Power Rangers. You know what I mean?
oh, dude,
So
not talk about Power Rangers now.
I know. I
Yeah.
a popular or unpopular opinion, I don't know. I loved that reboot movie they made.
Yeah, me
I
too.
I loved it a lot.
I wanted more. I thought it was
I
pretty
thought they
cool.
did great. I thought the cast was great. I thought the direction was great. I thought it modernized it. I was like, this is amazing. And then it was like, oh no, nobody liked it. No, fuck you. I liked it. You know what I mean?
I saw it twice in the theater.
Yeah. See, it was so good. It was like that's what Power Rangers was in a fuck you guys. You guys and your fucking we not enough money. Fuck you. I liked it.
All right, I'm gonna share something with you from the
Okay, go.
vault. Maybe this could be a segment too, where it's like every week I'll share something from the vault. Because
Okay.
unlike the Arkham Asylum relic that I was talking about that I keep forgetting to dig out ahead of time,
Yes.
I can see this one right here, so I can actually
Okay.
show it
Let's
to
hear it. Let's see it.
you. All right, are you ready to get zapped back and have all the feels?
I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
Let's do this
Give it to me slow.
ASM
Give it
star
to me slow.
ASMR style, where I'll present it to the camera and then you describe it. Okay.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, the Megazord. The Megazord. Look at that shit. This is the OG Megazord from
It's the
the
actual,
very
it's the
first
real,
five Power Rangers. Am I correct?
the Mighty Morphin Power
The
Rangers.
Mighty
Where you
Morphin Power Rangers.
taking
Where they were very politically incorrect.
yeah.
Where you had the Yellow Ranger as the Asian woman, the Black Ranger is the black guy. It's like, bro, it got a little out of control. I loved it.
Yeah. This is my original Megazord that I had as a kid.
No shit.
Yeah, because like
That's
even
the
as a
thing.
kid, I like to play, but I didn't like blow my shit up or anything like that. I saved like a lot of the
Put it on
toys.
eBay. I bet you it's worth $1 million.
Hell no, I'm not putting it in. Yeah, I don't even care if it's worth $1 million. It's mine.
That's a true fan right there. That's true nostalgic. We
The
are not
only
the
thing
same
that
people.
I'm
We
missing
are
is
not the same people, ladies and gentlemen. That
I,
shit's worth $1 million. I'm out.
I'm missing one of the horns on the
All
Triceratops.
right, that bumped it down to 750.
Yeah, I'll give you $5.
That is awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I'm jealous.
I got it one year for my birthday. It was my grandma's brothers that bought it for me. And
Yeah,
I remember we went to Toys R Us and they were like, hey, because I didn't have like a whole lot growing up. Like
yeah.
one of the reasons why, even though you're a little bit older than me, we can agree on like a lot of things was
I'm not
because
that older.
there's a little bit, but
I'm
we
not
can
that
agree
old. All
on
right, guys.
like because single mom didn't have a whole bunch, right? But a bunch
Same,
of
same,
things
same,
that
same.
I got, they were all like hand me downs and leftovers from
Mm,
like older
that is
kids,
right. That is right.
friends, kids, toys that they didn't want anymore, cousins who didn't want their shit
That's
anymore.
why we relate so much.
Yeah. And with that, even though like, it was the late 80s going into the 90s, all my shit is like He-Man, G.I. Joe,
Yep.
Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles. Because even if like the popularity on it was kind of dwindling, like those
Hmm.
were the toys that I had. And watching the TV with 3 channels, those were the TV
Yep.
shows that were still running and stuff,
I had hand me down to everything, but I mean, my mom did what she could, so it was
Yeah.
awesome for me. That is awesome right there.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of jealous. I kind of want that.
that could be
I just became a hater.
well, Super 7 got the license recently,
Hmm.
and a bunch of the really cool like high-end stuff that I have. It's from Super 7.
Damn.
Yeah, they make some really good stuff.
God damn it! They should make another Power Rangers movie with the same cast.
If you were gonna make a Power Rangers movie, what would you have it about?
Well, I would just follow up for the first one they made, the first reboot they made. I would follow up with that, and then uh, I don't know. Yeah, my mind goes really dark. All right, I watch a lot of Triple X movies, so we'll go direct that direction. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
We're
kidding.
not talking
Kind of,
about the
kind of not.
official parody. We're saying if you were to make an actual
Yeah,
Power Rangers movie.
like not not including the reboot, or just rebooting it on my own.
Yeah, like right now, I am the owner of Saban Films, right?
Uh huh.
And I somehow like my algorithms fucked up, so I got a hold of this show.
So we're making a show or we're making a movie.
No, like I got a hold of this show, like the show
Uh,
that we're on right now.
oh yes, all
And I'm the
right.
owner of Saban Films, but this popped into my feed somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to your pitch. What is your pitch for a Power Rangers movie?
Fucking keep that shit original. Go right back to the days of just keeping it those five kids. Even keep it politically incorrect with the fucking black guy being the Black Ranger, Asian being the Yellow Ranger, and then instead of high school though, I would go to college because those guys were mid-30s when they were fucking in it. But yeah, fucking keep it that way. Oh, but this climate though, fuck it now. All '90s rules. All right, don't get offended. This is go.
I And for me, I would say like the story doesn't really matter what the story is, but let's take it back where it's like, okay, we hire five actors. They don't have to know karate or anything like that as like, the teenagers with attitude. And we,
Yes,
we take it back to the point where like the original TV show, where it's like the five people that are acting are not the five people who are doing all the
that's
fighting and the
right.
stunts and
That's
stuff
right.
like
You
that,
got the
right?
actors and you got the stuntmen.
Well, that's because I don't know if you've seen, like, I think it was the TV shows that made us. There's one about Power Rangers,
Hmm.
but that's because like they just reshot
Yes,
all the teenager parts in the US and they used the original Japanese film for all the
that's
fights
right.
and
Yeah, I did read
Kagemoths
about
and
that. I
stuff.
saw a video on that on YouTube. I was like, holy shit, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So
So
I would go back that way with it, right? And
imagine how much they saved doing that.
oh dude, it's insane,
It's
right?
yes,
And I also would go throwback with the practical effects,
practical
right?
effects. I mean,
Because you
you
got,
could do a lot more with the
dude,
practical effects today. You know,
hire the guy, Psycho Gorman, hire that dude to do the Power Rangers movie.
unpopular opinion, but right. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I'll take that back 100% because the fucking practical effects there were actually good.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
I,
yes.
I would
Just
take
don't
it.
have them write the story.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I would take it back that way and make it like a little campier or whatever, right? But at the
Yes,
same time, like fucking kids love that shit. And then if
yes.
you have the adults who are like, "Oh man, this is like kind of like how I remember it," like they'll
There
buy
we
into
go.
it too.
That's why I say go back to the original way and just like fucking. Yes, I love the remake they did. Made it modern. But if you're gonna fucking go at it, hit them with the nostalgia, but also keep it campy for the kids. That's what sucked me in.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. So yeah, we're gonna take this fucking throwback and we're gonna watch Batman the Animated Series, season
Got it.
1, episode 4, Heart of Ice on HBO
You
Max.
got it. You got it. Let's do it.
This might not make the most like unremarkable reaction video, but it'd be a good jumping point for our talk about comic conventions and stuff next week.
Yes, I need to show you my comic collection. I don't think I showed it to you last time we were together. So I'm gonna
Is
show
that
you.
right?
Oh yeah, you don't even know. I'm gonna show you some shit that you're gonna be. I think you'll be thoroughly impressed. So I'll bust that shit out
Okay.
and some oldies too.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, so
So yeah,
maybe we'll take turns,
I like
or
it.
it's like every week one of us pulls something out of the vault.
I like it. I like it. Sounds good. Sounds good. This is awesome. So to be honest though, baby's crying. It sounds like the diaper's full there, Chris.
Diapers full. All
Diaper's
right.
full. All right.
Deuces,
So till
everyone.
next time, right?
Bye.